of the biggest reasons why I started this Guitar Talk series in the first place is I wanted to talk about the challenges that we face as regular people who want to play the guitar and find it difficult to find time. Like if you're a person who has a job and has a family and you have all these other responsibilities, or you're adulting, and but you just know that you want to play the guitar. You have it in you, and one of the challenges is practice. And I just want to talk about that. You know, what to practice, how to practice, how long to practice, how to organize your practice. So in this video, I just want to share a very important and practical tip, I guess, that will help us to be more efficient in our practice sessions. So, and that is to be part of a band. And I know that it's not really helpful to those guys who are in a band already. So, you know, if you're already in the band and you're doing that, then I guess you're doing fine. But there are some of us who, we encounter the paralysis by analysis. If you're not, if you don't know, if you don't have any direction, you're not sure what to practice, the guitar can be overwhelming. Like, there's so many things to practice, and if you try to organize yourself, because I've been that person. I've experienced being in a band, and I'm currently in a band right now. And I've also experienced being just in a bedroom guitarist, like just practicing playing in your room. And I try to be organized. I list down things, and it's good to be organized. Actually, to a certain extent, it's good to be organized to know where you're at, to know what else you need to learn. But by being in a band, though, I found that in my experience, having been in a band and currently being in a band and being not having a project to work on, I find that it's better to be in a band. Or if you don't have access to a band, or you don't want to be in a band, at least work on a project, like a solo project, because I've also worked on a solo project as well. Because if you don't have a direction, it's so hard. Like if you try to organize without have a goal to play live in front of people, you can do that, but it's gonna be difficult. Like if you can be organized, let's say you're trying to figure out a practice routine for yourself. Let's say today I'm gonna work on alternate picking, 15 minutes of warm-up, then 15 minutes of alternate picking 16 notes, then another 15 minutes of alternate picking pentatonic scales, and maybe tomorrow I'll work on my tapping. It looks nice on paper and it's organized, but my experience, if you apply that, it almost doesn't work, because we are organic beings and we are easily drawn to what we are interested currently, and it's much better to tap into that, whatever that may be. So but if you're in a band though, and you have a gig, because if you're in a band, it's almost safe to assume that you have a gig scheduled to play live in front of people. It eliminates all that having to think what to practice. It eliminates all the unnecessary things. Like, for example, we have an upcoming gig, and we decided in our band to play a cover song that's from Symphony X called "The Sea of Lies," and it has a tapping section there that goes like this. So immediately, I know what to practice. I'm gonna practice that and all the other riffs and solos in that song, and also all the other songs that we're gonna play this weekend, because I'm in a band and we have a gig, and that to me is more effective in terms of answering the question what to practice and how to practice, because you're not spinning your wheels thinking, what about melodic minor, what about string skipping? Well, you don't need to think about that if you're not going to play it, right? Because ultimately what matters is playing live in front of people, because that's what we're supposed to be doing as musicians. And if you have a band, if you have a gig scheduled, it's much easier to determine what to practice. You're gonna practice the songs that you're gonna be playing. So if the song has like an alternate picking section, like a solo, then you work on that. Work on perfecting it so that when you play it live, you'll be able to execute it well. And let's say you're doing a session guitar for some cover band and it has these complex chords, then you work on your chords. So it eliminates all that unnecessary thinking about what about this and what about that, and you can focus more on those few things that you just need to work on that you're going to be playing during your gig, and that's ultimately what matters. And if you're not satisfied with your current band, you can always find a different project, or again work on a solo project. So maybe you want to write your own songs. So that's a good project as well. That can focus on what you want to do. So if you want to write a progressive rock song, so work on that. If you don't know how, then study your heroes and how they structure their songs. Or maybe another challenge is recording. If you don't know how to record, then okay, spend your time learning how to record. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, there's tutorials. So it's better to have a project, a band, even if it's a solo project, like writing songs or writing an album or making a video, making an instructional video. It's better to have that goal for yourself, a project or a band or a gig. That way you can really hone into the few things that matter, because we can't, it's almost impossible to really in one lifetime to master everything, unless that's all you do. And even if that's all you do, like it's still impossible to like master like economy picking, legato. Just focus on those few things that really matter, and being in a band, having a solo project will help you do that. So I hope I'm making sense, and that is just from my experience. I found that if I am practicing for a gig, I'm more productive. I'm not constantly worrying about the other things that I may have missed. I just focused on those few things that that I'm trying to prepare for the gig. And I find that I play better. I'm not confused about what else I'm going to be doing. I just focus on the gig with my band.